This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to you for the first week of the new year. And the government shutdown is continuing to transgress and continue moving forward. And I actually wanted to know who were really hurt by this, and I wanted to see, just to get some more information about it, because I've done a couple of videos in the past about government shutdown, but who's actually really being affected by it. Yahoo actually did a great article. It's not a site that I go to frequently, but when I come across something that grabs my attention, I just thought I'd take a look at it. And I'm going to dive right in. As I always put a link inside the description. But government jobs, they're a large employer. So if you have family members or friends who are affected by this, these are they did a great article to show which state was hit the hardest. And as I mentioned, I'm going to put a link in. The government shutdown is hitting these U.S. states the hardest. As the U.S. enters the 14th day of the government shutdown, states across the country are feeling economic effects. The impasse, largely caused by President Trump's demand for border wall funding, is the 21st time the government has shut down. I didn't know that. The longest shutdown since 1976 lasts 21 days in December 1995. The District of Columbia, the seat of the government, is naturally most affected by the government shutdown. After D.C., using data from the Wallet Hub, we ranked the 50 states being hit the hardest by the shutdown. These rankings were calculated based on each state's share of federal jobs, federal contract dollars per capita, percentage of families receiving SNAP food stamps, real estate as percentage of gross state product, and access to national parks. Because ignorantly, I've only thought it was really affecting just some small sectors of the military and maybe the national parks. But I naively thought that. Furlough estimated 350,000 federal employees. D.C. is tied with Hawaii and Maryland for the highest share of federal jobs. Most recent jobless claims data indicated that the average has increased for the third straight week to 231,000. And they did a great little visual here of the most affected and the least affected. And it's just interesting to see. The increase potentially reflects violence for workers affected in the first week of the shutdown, which has caused the furlough of an estimated 350,000 federal employees, Bloomberg reported. The nation's capital also has the highest percentage of families receiving SNAP and is tied with Maryland and Virginia for the highest federal contract dollars per capita. If you're near the Beltway, that's where most of the money goes to. And we see that there, it's funny that in the nation's capital, where a lot of capital is being generated, is also the highest percentage of people receiving SNAP. Government shutdown impact on certain states might surprise people. While it might be surprising from states like Alaska, Hawaii, Arizona, and New Mexico to be impacted so harshly by the shutdown, this is due to a number of reasons. According to Wallet Hub analyst Jill Gonzalez, Alaska and Hawaii both have large military and federal contracts, while Arizona is most affected by real estate and mortgage processing. Hawaii has the largest share of federal jobs at 5.1%, while Alaska and New Mexico have 4.68% and 3.61% respectively. If you live in these particular states, it is interesting to see Alaska, Hawaii, and Arizona. The mix of states most affected might surprise people. Gonzalez said about the variation of government shutdown impact. The longer the shutdown lasts, the more people will be affected by it. Households with federal employees, as well as those who receive benefits from the federal government, will be affected on financial and interpersonal levels. Mississippi, eighth overall on the list, has the second highest percentage of families receiving SNAP benefits, followed by New Mexico, Oregon, and Louisiana. In terms of highest real estate as percentage of gross state product, Hawaii was at the top, with Maryland, Florida, New Jersey, California, Colorado not far behind. A sign near the Golden State Bridge shows federal land being closed due to a partial U.S. government shutdown in San Francisco, California, U.S., and this is December 23rd. Not a long article, but definitely worth your attention to pay attention to is look at the states that's going to be affected, especially if it's going to last a lot longer. I'm going to leave with they did a quick video here. I'm going to play a quick synopsis of that too.
Good morning. All right, we said it. We're on the 13th day of this shutdown. How much money are we talking about here?
Billions. It's heading into the billions territory now, not even millions. So we've got some of these numbers here. So we've got lost productivity, right? For those 380,000 workers that are not working at all. So just based on their salaries, we are losing 1.3 billion now on day 13.
So, but there are a lot more people who are working, right? 420,000 government workers who are working, but they're working without pay.
That's correct. So this is where it gets interesting, right? So the American Federation of Federal Government Employees.
I'm gonna leave it with that. Take a look at the article, putting the link inside the description. Again, this is quite surprising if you're ignorant to the fact as mine, because I'm not in the federal worker. So a lot more people be affected by this than meets the eye, and it's something to be conscious of if you're going forward. Happy New Year to everyone. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video, I'm out.